Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Lane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes, like defender of the fatherland, and off you turn everything and amazing 1v1 on, you guessed it, crossing in the woods. In the north stands DevM fighting for Deutschland, here with the Third Reich. Setting forth with the 3rd Panzerjaeger and Panzerjaeger, forming up a specialized anti-tank team with a lot of mines to halt the American advance under Pax Ajax, sent forth by Patton himself to cause as much destruction as possible with the US 45th Infantry Division. We got double scouts, 30 cals versus bikes and Panzergrenadiere. Immediately going forth here under the cover of night. Pax Ajax scouts are the vanguard of democracy. But they're about to try and fill that vanguard with holes as it goes nuts with his machine gun. Panzer is running here for DevM. The Panzergrenadiers finally hit the field. Their jackboots striking upon the dirt of this map. 30 cal team, they're ready for Pax Ajax. 3rd scout team almost done for the Pax Ajax man. The Pax man. Cometh.
Scout squad is ready and able.
3rd scout squad ready. West side so far, they're continuing to see absolutely no action as both players utterly ignore it. Hunting forwards here, round to the 30 cal there. First casualty inflicted is by DevM on Pax, but Pax returns the favour, quickly evens the scores. So he might yet. Nope, keeping up the score so far here. Pax is absolutely competitive. So for every casualty inflicted upon him, he returned one. Another scout squad here. Pax has clearly succumbed to the allure of the scout. He has become one with reconnaissance. So, we've got a light support company out here of DevM. Fairly fast tech, because also got the mine abilities. Of course, can chuck down S-mines, Regal mines on top of the Schützenmine, which was also called the S-mine, just to be confusing. The difference with the other S-mine is it's a Sprengmine, whereas the other is just Schützen, which just means infantry, because it's meant to blow up infantry. So, little fun fact there. So, bit of quiet here, we might get some MG-34s of DevM. We could also surprise us with assault grenadiers or something else entirely. As for Pax Ajax, the Pax man, he's committing to another 30 cal team. He's certainly crossing in the woods. Very handy map for things like that. Very bottlenecked. And also very condensed due to the way there's a lot of bits he just covered up by a lot of terrain you just can't do anything with.
Elite Rangers are standing by.
Pax are lining up for Rangers, of course obviously when it goes for them. Pax Ajax known for picking Advanced Infantry a lot and then either very late picking the Rangers or never going for the Rangers in the first place. That is Pax Ajax. North here, Punch appears to the scouts. And there you go, DevM with a machine gun of his own. Responding to fire with fire. In this case, machine gun fire with machine gun. Right? So far though, DevM's got a good casualty here on Pax. Pax, of course, is not to be deterred, not to be stopped.
Orders have been carried out.
Like democracy, he never sleeps, he never rests. Scout team's up north here about to get hosed down. He can DevM score the wipe. I'd say chances are reasonable. And there you go. Pax Ajax gonna have to write someone a letter home explaining what happened to all the scouts.
Let's get to it, fellas.
Knowing Pax Ajax, it's not going to be him, it's going to be someone under his command, pretending to be Pax. MG-34 about to meet up against the advancing scouts here, ripping through them and forcing the 2 scouts away there, unwilling to join the other comrades in the pixelated afterlife.
We've been told where we're needed.
The sector's it's theirs now.
Machine gun versus machine gun in the center, west side here, bike busy, scouts also busy. A lot of aggressive harassment, not a back and forth between the 2 sides. Both players aggressive, driven commanders looking to get the jump on the other player, no matter the cost. no matter the casualties, they have to suffer. Well, specifically the
Territory
men,
lost.
not so much themselves.
Scouts, loaded and ready.
Got the fuel point back here, but so far, Pax is maintaining a fairly good control of the fuel points here versus DevM.
Spread out. Cover your
We'll have to see how
sector.
DevM responds to that.
Hostiles, open up.
Scouts forced back again. Not seeing too much here out of that yet. He does have fire support elements, so flak filling half-track seems like a very likely choice. It's also a very good choice. It's an incredibly powerful
The
light
victory
vehicle
point is
with
under
a DAK.
attack. We must act.
So not much of a surprise if DevM were to go for it.
Artillery observers and beacons
And there you go,
requisitioned.
artillery observers up, meaning suddenly all of the scouts become artillery
The
observers.
victory point is under enemy control now.
Becoming that way 4-man squads with a bit more to them. Oh, 30 cal down here. Pax overestimated his 30 cal crew there was the German troops, and suddenly it's a machine and gewehr. Causing Pax to have to go for another one, obviously, and have to
Territory
worry
out of
about
supply.
a 30 cal
They cut us
team
off.
Where'd you need a 30
against
cal?
him. So far, DevM maintaining pressure on the cutoff point, looking of course to similarly how Pax is messing with DevM's resources. DevM of course is looking to return that particular flavor. West side here, bike versus scout team, doing a fair bit of damage there. Team in trouble here. And we got the flak filling half-track on the way there for
Heavy
DevM.
machine gun has been requisitioned.
Mounting a flak filling anti-aircraft gun on the Sonderkraftwerk 10. Half-track, the utility half, in fact, they used that half-track to mount a lot of things, including packs as well on it, creating that way an improvised tank destroyer. It's quite common, actually. It was one of those responses to the realization that tote weapons
Sector lost.
kind of fell
No
short.
contact.
So the German army basically looked at as many solutions to just self-propel, not just anti-tank guns, but also the anti-aircraft guns.
Capture complete, sir.
Using half-tracks and various trucks as well. So typically mount anti-aircraft guns, but also like, anti-tank guns. When like, they're really
Flights are cut
desperate.
off.
So,
We have holes in
little
our front
fun
line.
fact there.
Armored car. Get suppression on it. Recon.
Rolling in hard here. 435 to 164. Up north here, artillery observers observing the Germans as they push in quite aggressively there. Panzerjaeger team there ready for DevM to be researched. Got the bite there, bit of a painful blow there to DevM. Limits a bit we can do in terms of map control as Pax Ajax.
Defend our victory point.
There you go, the bazooka team to the rescue here for Pax Ajax.
Get ready.
Get a lot of damage to the flak feeling half tank, and certainly had DevM been a bit too slow to retreat, they could have cost
They
him.
have taken our victory
Which would have been
point.
wonderful there for, of course, Pax Ajax. Got the 250 half thread though. Let me take a bit there what DevM can do with his Panzerjaegers. Very
Objective
beneficial there,
point
of course,
is
for
being
Pax
attacked.
Ajax map, and continues to swing back and forth aggressively. Ambulances for DevM.
Get ready to kick some ass, boys.
And a half track as well there for Pax Ajax. Likely going to be an anti-tank half track, but he could surprise us with the anti-aircraft one.
Reports of enemy movement to our victory point.
And then on the fuel point, in fact, DevM getting some potentially pretty strong map fuel control against Pax. Of course, the question is then becomes how long can he maintain it before Pax just reaches back for it. Like any true American, will of course always, just reach out for the fuel instinctively. Like a child reaching out for its mother, the American naturally reaches out for oil. And instead they're having to fall back a bit. The east side machine got the victory point here.
Track deploying. Our
Yeah, then
territory
almost
is
got a
off
trouble cap here on
supply.
Pax
Reconnect with
Ajax.
it.
Taking fire.
And there we go. We see Pax really going for a wipe here on the Panzerjaeger. And there you go. Artillery observers are really about to have a bad time. Due to the smoke grenade here, trying to buy some critical time here versus the flak feeling half tank, but I think that's only a matter of seconds before the entire monstrosity bears down upon them like a really,
Enemy in
really
control of all
nasty
victory
nightmare.
points.
Machine team withdrawing a bit, he obviously realizing the right flank is looking highly exposed, though arguably he may want to consider retreating because there's the potential, of course, of the retreat path being very much threatened here by Pax, at which point he could lose the machine gun to Pax. So definitely something to keep in mind there. As for DevM, we're not seeing too much of this battle beyond that. I mean, no Panzer team. I don't think it's laid down a single mine either. And he hasn't, like, picked any more abilities. There you go on the east. Artillery observers hitting a mine. So we do get some mines down there out of DevM. Looks like he did lay some S mines down there. The Sprengmine, which, as the name kind of hints at, was a mine that could jump. Basically jumping up to right about, you know, mid-height of any human body and just exploding there, throwing out fragments in all directions. Very nasty thing. Hunters pushing eastwards here.
Engineers now.
Mechanized company there on the way for DevM. Definitely noting that's been getting a lot more popular, I think, in large part due to the Stug 3D, it seems like. A bit of smoke there. So we may just see DevM go for that as well. Got the Panzerjaeger team there ready to hunt down any armor or vehicles that Pax Ajax may have. Of course, he has the anti-tank half-tank there ready. Advanced logistics. Advanced logistics, there we go. Powerful upgrade as always. Cheaper reinforcements is pretty much handy no matter what, especially when you just pick it no matter what value we have.
They've captured a victory point.
So a lot of Band Force still here. DevM maintaining solely to Pax Ajax. In terms of map control and casualties.
Advanced logistics will reduce the cost of reinforcing our forces. Defend our victory point. We're losing
Got
it.
the flak filling anti-aircraft after they're fixed up.
Victory point now under enemy control.
Big boom there on the Panzerjaeger out of the anti-tank half-track. There you go. Machine gun team though thwarted by the flak filling half-track's 4 20mm auto cannons.
All victory
There you
points
go.
are under enemy control.
DevM managed to triple cap against Pax Ajax. That's definitely something that could become a big problem there for Pax if it's allowed to last for too long. So he has to, like, you know, get at least one back fast. And there you go. More response go from the eastist. Artillery observers taking some big old losses. Some odd damage when one lost though. Got the tank struck above to the center for DevM. Guessing he's going to set up there for the artillery watch. I don't think he's going to go for the elephant because the elephant is, quite frankly, just not good. Unsurprisingly. At least not for 1v1.
Hey, Tiptoes! Listen up!
Oh, DevM actually goes for the Ajax and not the Stug 3D. And so, I mean, mildly surprised because I really feel like most players increasingly just go for the mechanized company. It is very much for the Stug and not for the Ajax. You know what, Pax here, going for more bazooka teams. The previous one, of course, got us obliterated by those damn Krauts. And we got a barracks there for Pax that's likely to get Rangers out there, since otherwise, I mean, you can't get them. It's like, either get some riflemen and train them, or yes, or convert them, or yes, like, you know, actually train the Rangers. Either way, he needs a barracks to keep either of those out there towards Rangerdom.
Engineers taking losses here!
A victory point has fallen
Pax,
into
though,
enemy control.
making some steady headway against DevM. A lot of aggression in there. Got two beyond over. Good shots in the flak filling half track. Crew there has to get out of there. Driver panicking. Gunners flying in all directions. But there you go. Da. Schwerer Panzerspielwagen there out for DevM.
Territory lost.
Later replaced by the 234 series of armored cars, of course, one of which version would include the Puma. Great infamy, but actual relatively small production numbers compared to the later versions. There's a fun fact for you. East Sardinian defense was captured, Panzers there being slowly guarded there under heavy fire. Artillery observers of the Panzer Grenadiers. Anti-tank half-tech sneaking up there. Units being routed. Artillery observers wiped out. DevM gets the hit in the name of Deutschland. East side here, machine guns holding up. Captain trying to lead an assault here, but the attempt is very much thwarted under ruthless machine gun fire here from DevM. But Pax does not concede, does not give up. He's also hunting down here. The arc guard with his interesting half deck gets a good shot there and a weak point. Bomber's guard is utterly knocked up from the other side here. Anticipating what Dim's going to do. He catches him, knocks out the armored car, delivering a critical blow here to DevM. A big tactical victory there for Pax Ajax. Captain, though, gets a posthumous promotion to Major. He gets cut down by the Germans.
Initiating stockpile of infantry munitions.
And there you go. Munition surplus. Munition surplus, there you go. And Rangers for Pax Ajax. He's actually training the Rangers.
Task complete.
Time to catch off there. I think Pax Ajax is the only players he takes like consistently now. Train Rangers.
Enemy contact.
There you go, Ranger squad. Almost done there for Pax Ajax. Getting assistance there from the 1st Ranger Battalion, which is also the only Ranger Battalion to see service in the Mediterranean, not the Pacific.
Rangers are reporting in. They're
It's a
eager to
completely
get
different
started.
theatre war. So there you go, Rangers out. Fun fact about the Rangers, they're actually trained by British commandos, and particularly the early, sort of the 1st Ranger Battalion in particular, actually like, had a lot more of the traits of the British, commando elements, like, they actually called them, it was actually a assault section, for example, rather than just, squad of Rangers, for example. So, some fun facts there.
We're on it.
Also got a supply drop there, but Cassidy got other things to do there. Rangers closing with the Thompsons, ripping for the Germans as they send withdraw here. 270 versus 108. Well players by floating a lot of command points here. 8 versus 7. Rangers though find themselves focused down with the Germans, who are not appreciating their presence even remotely.
Keep firing, no matter what.
And DevM calling in Assault Grenadiers. Sturmgrenadiere with the Maschinenpistole 40. Panzerjaeger team here could actually get getting wiped out here. I don't think DevM's about realizing how bad it is. And then retreats possibly too late here. No, gets away with it, but still, that was dangerously close here. Mines along the west here, artillery observers find themselves helpless against mines. And this actually gets worse with the assault crews coming up here, meaning DevM has a really good chance of getting a wipe on the artillery observers here. Yes, of course, the entertaining half arrives to ruin the fun. Oh, almost looked like he just got insane, but no, didn't get it, and instead he got the artillery observers. Minor blow there to Pax Ajax. 9 and 8 command points. Both players just building up there, but with nothing's like really, Rangers the moving in, absolutely flooring the assault grenadiers there. And survival training.
We're down to 250.
North side Panzers, the two observers, machine guns, and bazookas, some very heavily equipped chaps. And 48 versus 1-8. The Marder 3 early model has arrived, mounting a converted so to entertain the Pak-26R, German designation of it anyways, there on top of the 6-man tank. Oh, butterfly bombs here on the retreat path units here. Devious move there by DevM. Really damn evil and vicious.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
But there you go. DevM, or Pax Ajax nearly getting some much. We can see the time to hold this. But not enough to save some of the artillery service here. They take some damage. Some very disruptive plays there. More supply drops there for Pax Ajax. More things going boom. Got 248 versus 396. Some units pushing in there, sweeping out the butterfly bombs. Panzer Army Commando. DevM moving for the Panzers. Whereas Pax Ajax is going to close the tanks, and there you go. We do get rest of the battlefield picks there, of course. Overwatch, anti-tank Overwatch, and of course the cover ability there, plus butterfly bombs.
Is under attack. We must act.
Reese's, stand to.
105 howitzers are now available in the field.
Panzer main command almost done, and we got more Rangers of Pax 8. He also goes to the Howitzer, the auto fire ability on, I believe. And of course, Ranger buffs. There goes Soldier being back up on the Panzer Grenadiers, throwing Pax 8 left flank into a bit of disarray there. Fortunately for Pax, his machine was ready to hold this attempt. The Marder is, of course, of no use here. Rangers sweeping in there. DevM needs to get out of there. We go. Mark II frag grenade right to the bunch of well suppressed Germans. Marder versus anti-tank uptake here. Oh, cruise shock ability is activated and takes out the anti-tank half-track. Stinging blow there to Pax. Stinging blow. Though, ironically, it also means this for now. DevM's Marder has no purpose as it can't deal with infantry whatsoever. But technically, it did have a whole machine gun. I don't know if they actually removed that here in the game. I think they have a bit of a habit of doing that. Yep, they removed it on it. Technically, it has the whole machine gun mounted at the front there. I don't actually know if they actually utilised it. Another half-track there for Pax Ajax, Panther 3 there for DevM and Deutschland. The map control here for DevM starts to look a lot less great here. Successive waves of Rangers keep attacking him and delivering high explosive goods. Got saved it because that was the 30 kill he'd taken out from Pax Ajax, so with his various bonuses, it could activate absorb the hit of the grenade. Brilliant. Panzer 3 there with the Pinman machine away there, racing at next observers, falls on the back there with guns and machine guns. Racing ahead here. And down the actual observers as they're absolutely outclassed against the armoured fist of Das Vaterland. Pax got an anti-tank half-track here ready just in time. That said, oh, the reserve team is going to be crucial, forcing the Panther to withdraw. Got the Rangers here with some weapons. Looks like to be flamethrower, that's it. I can tell there. Second 30 cal down. This could be another 30 cal here for DevM. But we got a nice flank here for Pax Ajax, which could turn this into a bit of a crap here for DevM. Air machine sitting up here, catch the Rangers out in the open. We got 30 cal sitting up here, Panther arriving. So many twists in a matter of moments during this fight in the west here. This allows the 30 cal to escape. Machine gun there could take out machine gun. We got the anti-tank half-track. Where is it? Machine gun defense thing. Not entirely sure where is it. Just some bazooka. Oh, it's a bazooka fire there from the artillery observers. More smugs in the centre, but Pax Ajax Minestrip was about there to cause ensure he doesn't like lose a lot of men to that. So, thumbs up to Pax Ajax, of course.
Enemy movement near our victory point.
Pax Ajax quickly pouring in here. Exploiting the gaps in DevM's crumbling front line to rapid advance there. Thumbs up. Definitely not an ability all players, I think, equally have.
Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
And suddenly, DevM is on the back foot in a big way. And Pax is going for a third Ranger squad. What has happened? 3 Ranger squads from Pax of all people. The guy who actually likes them, but never builds them in large numbers. And son, he's got 3 of them. Something's terribly wrong, that's for sure.
Supplies are on their way. Don't rush all at once.
As for DevM, I'm guessing more Panther fees. He could try and go for armed reserves, of course, a lot for bigger stuff. The question is, of course, with the situation as it is, would it be a good one? I mean, resource-wise, I think it'd be very difficult for, like, DevM to, like, really leverage it. So I don't think it actually would be good for DevM right here to go for it. Better to go for more Panther fees and maybe some more Assault Grenadiers. At least then hope to stabilize map control to, like, allow for better fuel flow.
Weapon crew ready.
But we will have to see. 165, 326 here.
Looks like we got a mission.
Looks like we got a mission. There you go, Rangers closing, making use of the smoke to block with the top servers. Expertly thumbs up there to Ajax. So what will DevM do in response to all of this here? Probably try and turn the tide. Visiting multi. Oh no! Lost his remaining Panzer grenadiers, living just with the assault grenadiers, the Panzerjaeger and 3 machine guns. He's got no panzer parties and otherwise no infantry. That is a bit. I think it's something that's a bit dangerous there for DevM. That is suddenly like a lot of like, you know, frontline units and just support units not there. It's a quite capability gap there suddenly for DevM. We'll have to see what he does. This past agent just keeps pouring on with the Rangers.
Our front line.
First one's going off there. And getting multi-pummeling range by the machine gun.
Activity near our munitions point.
Straight for the chill up service, Martin Million. My apologies.
Order done. USF. Super down. Enemy armor.
Enemy movement.
Rich on the interesting half track.
Half track
And
is crashed.
anti-tank half took them 2 down, and in a great fit of irony, not too far from when the first one went down. And there you go, DevM, riding hard in success. Goes for another Panther 3 as Paxi goes for a howitzer. Representing one of the United States Army's greatest advantage in the Second World War, artillery. Both volume, but what I think was really like, you know, one of the Americans' greatest advantage, which is typically less discussed, is just how they were able to coordinate. Getting the American, like, in a command at the front, like, used to call in artillery from, like, a variety of, like, you know, artillery batteries across the entire front line if you needed it. That's like the capability the Germans, a lot of the time, lacked. I mean, they could create it, but it was a much less organic element, something that's like specifically create every time they wanted it. Whereas for the Americans, it was very much organic. It was just something always there. And the irony is, the German army actually had it like during World War I, but because the way they, shall we say, changed their focus, they kind of lost it in the process. That's because they kind of became more focused on stormtrooper tactics. Created more like, shall we say, a need on more independently available artillery to the various subunits. But either way, though, cleared out the howitzer, almost there, but not quite. Can quickly imagine he can capture it here, but no. DevM wants to stamp out this threat to the German army. Almost got it, and Pax just does not have the ability to protect it. So that ended up being less ideal for Pax. Probably could have built it a bit further away there from DevM, probably around here maybe. Safer in that regard.
One of our sectors is now in enemy hands.
Fast coming for attention. Of course, he's
They've
a
captured a
attention-loving
victory
kitty
point.
cat. Reminds you, of course, to like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, it's going to bite off my fingers.
One of our munitions points.
But just remind you, won't bite off my fingers even if you don't donate them. That's appreciated.
Don't say we never give you nothing. Supply run complete.
Parked on the way there for Mr. Pax Ajax, the Pax Man. We find against the Panther 3, heat grabbing the northeastern fuel point there. Pax Ajax is unstoppable. The super teams there having a bit of a hard time. DevM refused to give any ground. His men are ordered to fight to the last. And there you go, we got rapid advance allowing to grab points from the tanks, but also move them really fast. 146, 244. Being a bit catty there. Trying to prevent him from being catty. Two Rangers goes to the flamethrowers here. A lot of flamethrowers, in fact. Pax advancing to a pyromaniac. Will there be a Paxomaniac?
The enemy is moving on a strategic point.
Panther 3 still applying pressure where they can, relying on their mobility here to apply aggressive movement against Pax Ajax. Pax by not taking up here, not going for tanks or tank reserve his own, just relying on his beloved half-tracks.
Territory point is no longer under our control.
Gun carriage is kind of busy here.
And another machine gun for Pax Ajax in the US 45th Infantry Division. C Company.
Orders complete. Standing by.
And C Company of the 1st Ranger Battalion.
HFC team deploying.
Now DevM goes for the armored reserves, the 2 tanks, like, you know, keep up pressure. That said, he's actually got no infantry left. He's got machine guns and tanks. This should be protected as an airplanes. But no infantry at all. I do think that's a bit of risk there for DevM. Yoink. Right, and knocked out.
We've lost the territory sector.
DevM hunted down there by Pax Ajax, the ceaseless hunter, the Pax man. And we're dealing with some machine gun teams in the west here. Engaging with the half track. With semi-family guns, same as well used on the Sherman, which itself was actually based off a French field gun. Just to make things a bit amusing there.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Enemy armor. Orders
It
coming
is
in.
that the gun of one of the most iconic war, the tanks of America, wielded a French gun. Something based on it.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Panther 3 down there. Massive blow to DevM. Now he's lost all of his tanks. He's got no infantry left.
Bazooka
And the
team.
Vet 3 bazooka team just wrecking his stuff there. With increased range there. Buzz all that rate of fire. Very nasty stuff there, really.
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
So DevM is in a pretty rough position, and I'm not talking about, you know, south flank of Stalingrad,
Rangers, lead the way.
trying to maintain the Romanian positions. Actually, that might have been the north flank. Either way, you get it.
Report coming through that the enemy is down to 200 points.
Another house there for Pax Ajax. We'll have to see what DevM does. I imagine it might be the Panther 4 for the invincibility and the assault grenadiers. I mean, because right now I think trying to go for a charge tank for DevM right in here would be, quite frankly, suicidal. That said, no matter what, DevM's prospects are looking very, very rough. Like any infantry does get, for someone's going to have to contend with the Rangers who just eats them up. And all the bazookas plus the entire half tanks makes it a bit tough here for DevM to rely on any tanks as well. So he doesn't like easily have numbers, but there you go, Panther 4 out.
They've captured a victory point.
Guess Vessel's had enough of being the center of attention and not talking so much.
Taking fire.
Panther 4 there, striking in. Slowly walking away there. Just making sure he doesn't, like, you know, step on something he shouldn't, like the power button.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Fire! Take it out, G! Fire!
Another machine gun there for down, going for a total of 4 of them. That seems a bit questionable in the face of the fact that Pax Ajax has a howitzer. Seems like a great way to use your machine guns. But at the same time, when it comes to ranges, as previously mentioned, going for infantry is counterproductive. So in some regards, he kind of has to go for machine guns. But good shot there from Marder. Using it the good shot tactic. That's the bidder in the insane half track. Tiny win there for DevM, but in a sea of, I think, rather great misfortune. Ew. For that.
Artillery cooldown complete.
Got a bit of a cold, tired, and obviously coughing and sneezing. Kabang.
Completed. What's next?
30 caliber on trouble. We got 30 caliber ace level. They're going for against it. On the flank here, Panther against range. Assaulters have to do what they can to just keep making too much damage.
Commander, we're losing territory.
120 versus 123 here. Pax there almost has a total cap now against DevM, about to overtake him in terms of victory points. Situation for the German army rather has gotten nasty.
Run. It's theirs now.
IP ahead of us. Get in formation.
More supply drops out of Pax agents.
Don't say we never give you nothing.
More machine guns for DevM.
Taking suppressing fire!
I think more than anything, a really good indicator as just to where the state of DevM is versus Pax EPX Rangers. Like, again, his infantry is just going to get like absolutely chewed up.
Losing their grasp.
So he basically has to line machine guns, but again, that just is more vulnerable to like other elements like the howitzer and a good ranger flank and some smoke. So, a lot of stuff is bought here for DevM to deal with in the face of the United
Reports
States
of enemy movement near our
and its
victory
most
point.
democratic war machine.
Germans down to 75 points. Say again, 75.
72 points
Now
left
under
here.
enemy control. A victory
Another
point
half
is
track for
under
Pax
attack.
Ajax.
Must act.
Freedom, democracy, and liberty.
Push the attack.
64 versus 120 here.
Victory point is falling.
Rangers
Enemy
rushing
control.
in. You see the machine gun, they're doing little observers. Half take, halfway done here. 59 points left here. DevM has managed to stall it for now. How much longer will he be able to maintain this?
No contact.
Good shot on the Rangers. West side of machine busy with the western fuel point.
M3 half track moving to the line.
Really tough spot to be in for DevM. Absolutely. Another half track on the move here. Another wave of troops out of Pax Ajax base. There you go, massive bazooka volley doing immense damage to the Panther, putting down to, well, less than half health in the first volley. Second volley almost finishes it off here. So also is highlighting the problem in DevM just keeping anything armored alive as well. Because later the bazookas just cut for everything at like nearly max range.
Artillery cooldown complete.
120 versus 56.
A fuel point is being lost. Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
I mean, definitely not a meta match out of either play at this
One of our
point.
sectors is now in enemy hands. They have taken our victory point.
Definitely not a meta game match. 120 versus 42. The clock is ticking. DevM and Deutschland need to get moving. Got Panzer
Ready
Jaeger
to
away there
assign an
finally.
assault position at your command.
That's a heavy machine gun.
Range being suppressed here. Of course, the part about Pax's strategy is because focusing on the range and all that, I mean, it didn't really suffer too much from the fuel harassment, whereas DevM, clearly having more focus of armor, did suffer from it. So, certainly something a bit subtle here. Well, subtle and subtle when it comes to the Americans, but, you know,
Territory
the
isolated.
closest thing the Americans can come to subtlety very much was involved here.
Artillery cooldown complete.
120 versus 39. DevM desperately fighting almost at every point here, but almost every point as well that he's just not succeeding. It's just packed to pour smoke and then rushes into the Rangers. So the entire thing is just basically crumbling right now here for DevM. I mean, I suppose you could go for another Panther 4 in a few moments, but that is about it. Mega grenade on that machine team here wide. The machine's not lying abandoned here. Absolute nightmare here for DevM, that's for sure. Absolute nightmare.
They can't hold much longer. They're down to 25 points.
23 points left.
Half track is scrapped.
21, 19, 17, 15,
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
13, 11,
Artillery cooldown complete.
9,
They've captured a victory
8,
point.
7. DevM is fighting desperately. Actually call in the
Munitions point is being
Panther.
attacked.
What? Guess it was a bit cheaper, maybe. I don't know.
We're losing it.
Yeah. Don't think it'll matter too much here. It is game over.
A victory
Game
point is under
over.
enemy control now.
What is it? DevM's just managed to hold it here. 1 point left. But he's moving too fast. They're moving off the point. DevM, the point. Point.
Commander, we've lost a sector.
Get on the point. Oh, never mind. Too late now. Too late, I think. Yeah. And there you go. Game over. Victory there for Paxton. Loss for DevM. A brutal match there. Some I think decision there, like, not going for the shooting set, the Arctod, I think kind of like slowly set DevM on the path there to loss. Not having enough info, I think, was also the issue. At the same time, just the sheer power level and the way the Rangers just kind of negated DevM's infantry at a certain point, and again, the bazookas just kind of shut down his armor, didn't exactly help the situation either. So there you go, hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.